Hi, so I'm gonna go over this assignment where we were reading chapter 12 and 13, and basically I described in my email that I changed it a little bit to make it more personalized to the classes that I'm teaching. So this is the book that I'm teaching, History Alive, and we're going through the USA history in Spanish immersion program. So we've talked about the colonization, the 13 colonies, American Revolution, and now we're talking about creating a constitution. So this can be a little bit boring for students. So I really like some ideas that the author suggested on ways to implement games um, for making the lesson more engaging and the students to remember better. So this is a textbook, so we can change this to Spanish, and the students have access to this from home online. So here, basically, at this point in the course, they're talking about how to make the constitution, how to elect the president, and so on. And then you have people from Virginia, people from New Jersey, and they met in the in a convention. So I'm just gonna go over things that I like about the book, on ways that I can implement this with the class. So this picture is from the textbook. I really like this activity. It's called the floor map, and basically helps a lot for kinesthetic and visual learners. So here in the textbook, they're explaining how the students can remember better the different countries in South America. So I really like this idea to implement it for the 13 colonies. So I still have students struggling to remember where each colony is located. So this is a great activity that teachers can use. And this map can be done, the book explains, with like a plastic curtain. So so for this map, some ideas that I got from the textbook, like different games that we could do for the students to remember better these activities. One of them is for the students to step in different colonies. So maybe we have the names first labeled in there, and then I'll remove the names of the colonies, and then the students need to step on that. Or maybe another activity is that the students, I'll put the names in the side, and then the students have to add the names in each colony. So we can have two teams, and then the second team checks if it's correct or not. Or I could ask to jump from border to border, so jump from South Carolina to Virginia, and so on. Another will be to locate the capitals. So we have in the textbook, we need to know some important cities, like 4 or 5 important cities that take place during the revolution, so they could remember where those cities are located. So anyways, this is a great activity. I really like I don't know, another activity that the textbook suggested is using bean bags, and then I don't know, you have here several students, it could be in the gym or whatever, and then I said try to put your bean bag in Pennsylvania, and then the students try to put their bean bag in there. So it's kind of a fun game way for them to learn, and you can have different teams and points and so on. So here in the next slide, we're learning about the Continental Congress, and how some leaders from the 13 colonies, the delegates, got together to decide basically what the constitution was gonna be, and some people from the Virginia had their own ideas, and then people from New Jersey have their own ideas on how to run the country. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is that there were different ideas, and in here, an idea that I really like from the textbook is that I could make the students can have like paper plates, and then they pretend to be different members that were in here, like Washington or Benjamin Franklin, or different members, Madison, and so on. So they can play different roles, or if they don't, with another class I could use puppets, and then they just play the roles of these different important people in the history of the U.S. Another idea here is the paper punch. So basically, students they will have like in their like a name tag in here, and it's gonna say George Washington, and then they can make their own mask, and then they're gonna be talking on what Washington said or what Benjamin Franklin said. So this is there are just a few of the ideas that I got from the textbook. I have other ideas, but it's gonna make this video very long, so I'm just gonna stop in here. So again, this is chapter 12 and 13, different games that I could use for my class. Thank you for listening.